So I'm going to show you what's going to happen when you connect to Zoom as a sub. So when you click on your Zoom link for your teacher, chances are you're going to get a message that looks like this asking you, do you want to join with computer audio? I'm going to go ahead and hit join with computer audio. So now I am Zooming in my meeting. Now, you are going to get a series of papers that's going to be given to you by the sub clerk in your building. One of those is going to give you a schedule on what your daily schedule is going to look like. And another one of these is going to be an attendance sheet that just shows you all of the students, and it'll actually tell you which students are coming on track A and track B, so you'll know who should be here on that individual day. You may also have students who are both virtual and in person at the same time. So once I've started my Zoom meeting, at the bottom left-hand corner, you'll notice there's an option to either start and stop my video, and that is simply my picture, which would start and stop my camera. And there's also a start and stop the mute or unmute, which starts and stops the audio. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to have students who are going to start entering that room at class time. And when they do, you're going to get a message that pops up here at the top that says, this student has entered your waiting room, and you can either view that student or admit. So if I click view, what that's going to do is that's going to actually open up a window called the participants window. That can also be found down here at the bottom in my toolbar when I click on it. And this will show me all of the people who are waiting to be admitted. So what I can do is I can look at my attendance sheet and I can see which students I'm supposed to have on that day. And I can use their names in here, look at the name, mark whether they're present or not, and use that to simply take attendance. So all I have to do is simply click admit. And once I choose to admit that student, then that student is going to show up in the top corner. And I'm going to see all of the students in that class. How's it going, Miss Hashhider? And they'll show up here at the top. All right. Now, a few other things I can do in this participant window, which are kind of helpful. I can choose to mute the entire class. So by default, every single person has a microphone and has a little camera next to them where I can choose. Chances are most students may have their cameras or microphones turned off. But if I want, I can say mute all, and this will mute all participants, and you'll notice that their little microphone is now turned off, and I can't hear whatever it is that they happen to be saying. All right, the other thing I might choose to do is as I'm having my lesson here, up here in the upper right-hand corner, I can control how I'm viewing my screen. So I may be tired of looking at my face this entire time, and so if I hit view, I can view what's called gallery view, and this will show me all of the students in my class, little tiles across the screen. So I can kind of see what everyone looks like in there at one time. Now that may be a bunch of black boxes with just the kids' names on it, but again, it's an easy way to see who's present, who's in your room, and who's attending, which will help you to take attendance. Now, once I'm finished and I've given the instructions to my students and said, hey, here's what your teacher has left for you to do today, I can send them on their way. I can tell them to leave Zoom, and I can just hang out. And whenever they have questions or if they need to come back, they can jump back into this link and they can come back and find me anytime they need to during that hour. So they may choose to leave Zoom, go off, do their independent work, and see you, Miss Hashhider. All right, and then whenever they have questions, then they can simply come back and rejoin that same meeting. I will get the same waiting room message wanting to admit them. And then once I choose whether or not to admit them into the room, they can join back in, ask whatever question they want, and then come back and forth from there. Now, at the end of the hour, once I'm finished with my Zoom and the class has ended, all I have to do is click the end button. This will end that meeting for everyone, which cancels that meeting. Nobody else can join. Everybody is out, and that meeting is over. And then next hour, I will go back and I'll use that same meeting again and start over for that next hour for whatever teacher I'm subbing for. And that is all it takes to using Zoom as a sub.